Hello, wonderful teachers, and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to grade the confidence ratings. In this case, I have a sample class with a couple of sample students in it, so that way I can show you freely how it all works. First off, as you can see, I'm already inside of my course. So the next thing I need to do is scroll down to where this confidence rating is. Now in my example, it's in week 19, so I've already navigated there. Now, it's a little further down on this page. So the first thing I'm going to do is find it. So it's right here, chapter 1.3 confidence rating, and I'm going to click on it. Now, once I clicked on it, as you can see, there's a little bit of a description, so that way students know what to expect. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel with the concepts we've covered? So anything between an 8 and 10 is very confident. Obviously, a 10 is fantastic. If you have students that report between a 5 and a 7, then they get it sometimes, but they don't necessarily feel the most confident in it. And if it's anywhere between a 1 and a 4, they feel very lost and probably could use a little bit of extra assistance. Now, this is something that we have students complete on a regular basis, so that way we can get a good feel for how they're feeling in different subjects like math. And so now that you know how that basically works, let's go ahead and get to grading it. So I'm going to scroll on down here, and as you can see, we have an area that says grading summary. Shows me how many participants. I have 2 people in this class. 1 person has submitted their work, and 1 person needs a grade. So I'm going to click View and Grade All Submissions, and that'll bring me to the next page. Now here, as you can see, I've already done 1 grade, but let's go ahead and play around with this a little bit. Now the first thing that we want to make sure is that, let's see, that they've submitted something. So as you can see, Chris Circle, my 1 student, has submitted something for grading. And actually what's really cool about the confidence ratings is that the text that they submit, because they basically have a little text box and they type in the number that they feel they corresponds with their confidence, because the text is so short, oftentimes it just appears right here. So you don't even necessarily have to open anything major up. You can just kind of glance through the list and see, okay, 8, 6, 4, 8, 10, 10, 9, and just go down from there to get a feel for how each one of your students are doing. Now, obviously, if students are having issues, you might want to contact them, but it's a good way to get a feel for how everybody's currently feeling. Now, because this is an easy way to get a feel for how they are feeling, and because it's so short, one of the beautiful things about this is as you're reading the online text, the number that they type in, you can easily type in a grade for it. After all, students only do what you grade, so to ensure that students are actually completing this for us, we go ahead and give them a grade for it. So in this case, if you've submitted it, you get 100. Because that's what the grades on this is. It might be lower in other classes, it might only be worth 10 or something like that. But in this case, it's out of 100 points, so 100. Then if I want to, I can leave feedback comments. I don't have to though. But if I say, glad to hear you're doing, glad to hear you're feeling confident. Let me know if you need help or anything like that, then you can easily do that over there. You can also leave it blank, so it's completely up to you whether or not you respond. Now, obviously, because this is something we want students to do, that means that if they don't submit, like Debbie Circle, she didn't submit this, I'm going to go ahead and give her a 0. Now, overall, this doesn't count for much as far as their grade goes, so it's not like it's the biggest deal in the world if they have a 0 in it. It's usually only, at the time of recording this, it's only 1% of their grade, but that way they know. They didn't do it, and they know that we noticed. Now, if for some reason this part doesn't appear here, you don't have these editable text boxes here, just click on Quick Grading down here and it'll ensure that you've got them. Now, once you've added in the grades, so for however many students you have, go ahead and click Save All Quick Grading Changes. This way we ensure that everything is all set. And then as you can see, it's got the grades in here. It says that the student submitted something and that it's graded. There was no submission on this one. It's also graded. It has the last time that this was modified. So this is when I went through and graded. Last time the grade was modified, and then of course the final grade that appears in the gradebook. And there you go. That's basically how you do these confidence ratings. Great news, they're nice and easy. And like I said, it gives you a great feel for how your students are feeling on a subject without having to do a whole lot. Also, if you do find that they have a longer answer, maybe they typed out a little bit more, another way that you can get to all of that information is to click on this little magnifying glass right by the text, and it'll actually open it up in a new window. Now, as you can see, it's just an 8. It's really small because, of course, there's only one number there. But if they were to write something longer, then all of that would be available here. I'm just going to hit click back now, and it brings me back to this page. And I do believe that is about it. So if you have any questions, need any help along the way, just let me know. Have a wonderful day.